Today we are going to discuss about the law and justice. How are the laws made? In the previous classes we have decided how is a government framed, how was the constitution framed, on the framework of the constitution, how is a government processed or elected, and how is a prime minister elected by the people, how is the chief minister elected by the people. All these we have done in a detailed procedure. So in this process we have learned how the constitution has framed the laws for the entire nation. After this framing, how can the citizens utilize these laws and get justice if they were provided or done by any injustice? How this has done in the process? How can one person get the justice from the court or the law? How does law get enforced to the weak to get justice over the strong? We can understand this by a case study. So law and justice, let's make a small case study. Let us take, for example, we have a real estate person called Mr. Ravi. The main duty of Mr. Ravi is to buy the plots and to sell them. In his business plans and expansion plans, he decided that he is going to buy a large piece of land and then divide them into plots and sell it to various number of people. Instead of selling the same plot to the other people, like in a single stretch, he decided to sell it in the parts, and he can also sell it to various number of people. For example, we have a large piece of land. He decided to make it into 10 parts and sell it to 10 different people so that he can get more profit. So for this intention, he gave an advertisement in the newspaper stating that every person who wants to own a plot, can pay a simple amount of rupees 5,000 for a term of 5 years. Then automatically he can own a plot in the allotted place, which is very easy for a common man also to dream and to own a plot. Instead of paying the entire amount at the same time, he can do it by paying it in a small installments and get his work done. So in this process, let us calculate the amount how much he is supposed to pay. See, for 5 years, how many months do we have? We have nearly 60 months. 5 into 12, we have 5 2s are 10, 60 months. 60 months he has to pay 5,000 per month, which is nearly nearly 3 lakh amount where he has to supposed to pay. So by paying this amount in small installments, he can get it done and he can own a land. This is the ideology which is published in the newspaper by Mr. Ravi. And here we have one more person called Mr. Samba, who works in the same cooperative office of Ravi, decided that he also would purchase a land by this scheme. So now Samba pays the amount for 5 years, the same 5,000 amount continuously without fail, and he on a particular day he decides that he is going to get the registration of the plot on his name. He along with his son goes to Mr. Ravi and finds out where is his plot and give him the documents which are related to the plot. But this process was not so smooth as what Samba was expecting. We have a small change on this. We have a twist in the attitude and the behavior of Mr. Ravi. What is that twist? Let's find out. So after 5 years, Samba decided to build a house on the plot where he has constructed, where he has done the payment for last 5 years. So when he decided to take the plot, he asked Mr. Ravi to give his plot so that he can plan for the construction of the house. So in this process, one day Samba along with his son Mr. Kranti went to Ravi's house asking about the plat. But what happened is, to the tragedy of Samba, Ravi decided to misuse his money and denied to give plat for him. And he did the altercation. He arranged some of the people and made arrangements to beat Samba. This spread to the entire village. The crowd gathered there. Even the Sarpanch, the village Sarpanch, came to pacify Samba and Ravi. The situation became so worst that Samba was hurt, and after a while, Kranti, son of Mr. Samba, took Samba to hospital and got doctor certificate as an evidence that he has been hit by Samba. So then Kranti took Samba to the police station. What happened after they went to the police station? What is the basic information required for us to file a complaint in the police station? We shall discuss it now. So as the incident happened, Kranti has taken his father to the hospital and got the doctor certificate. Then he took his father to the police station to report the tragedy, what happened towards them and how they were cheated. And when they went to ask for their house, for what they have paid, his father has paid money for the last 5 years. Every month paying 5,000 rupees, which he did very hard work. He was not a businessman or somebody who was very rich to pay certain amount of 5,000 per month. He was a normal peon who works in the cooperative office. So in this process, he wanted to get justice for his father and his family. So they moved on to the police station. So in order to understand the procedure of the police station, we had to have the following details to give a complaint against anyone. First one, the station house master or the house officer is none other than the in charge of the entire police station. The letter to be addressed or the complaint to be addressed on his name, and later on the details should be given in the described order, like details of the event, what actually happened there. Then date, time and place, on what day the incident happened, what was the time when the incident was going on, and what is the nearby location of the place or the exact place, and then explaining in detail what happened actually, giving the details like this. The name of the accused, who is the person, if you know who is the man who has done all these things. Then deciding to gender, whether he is a man or a woman, and if you know the address details, you can provide the address details for them. And moving on to the witnesses and whose premises or who was the live evidences for all these happenings. Then move on to requesting a prayer to take the action which is legally done, can be done justice for them, and the signature of the person who is giving the complaint. After these entire details, like after reporting to the SHO, giving the details, giving the date, time and place, and then what happened at that point of time, explaining in detail, then bringing into their notice what has the accused has done for them, whether it is a male or a female, at what point it has done, who are the witnesses who have seen this entire thing happening. Then moving on to the prayer of request to take certain action under according to the laws of the constitution. Then moving on to the signature of them. Then after this all has done, Kranti has requested to give a copy for them by entering them and giving the number. Then the writer replied that we have to wait for the SHO to come, so that the entire in charge, he should know what is happening actually, and he should record your statement, then only we can give a copy for him. So they waited for a while. When the SHO arrived, they gave the report and requested to take the necessary action, and they have done their prayers properly according to the procedure which is given in the Indian criminal law. So these all things were done. Then they got a copy which is known as FIR. FIR stands for First Information Report. They hand over a copy in the police ledger, one copy, and they also hand over for the person who is giving the complaint, also will have a right to have a copy of the FIR. So this is the procedure of registering a complaint against any criminal offences which are done against us. Let us see how does the police work to find out and get justice done for the people. In this case of Samba versus Ravi.